Welcome to the Green Woman Tarot. This is a general reading for Scorpio for the month of June 2020. So hello Scorpio and welcome to your reading for June 2020. But before we begin, we need to consult the oracle. So I'll just shuffle this oracle deck. It's the Wisdom of the Hidden Realms. And let's just see what the oracle has to say for Scorpio. What words of wisdom does the mysterious oracle have for Scorpio for June 2020? Just take this one. Oh. Oh dear, I'm not fanning very well, Scorpio. Sorry about that. They're all sticking together. There we go. Forcing the issue here. Right, come on. Serious now. Let's pick 3 cards for Scorpio for June 2020. You've got the Metal King, discipline, armor, boundaries. You've got the Fire Prince, optimism, aggression. Ooh. You've got the Well Watcher, wisdom, power of the divine. Okay. You may want to move something forward with optimism and aggression. Just like the Fire King, there's a passion there burning. Creating something almost in a magical way. The Fire Prince works with fire. He's not afraid of getting burnt. He is positive. And, you know, I think I get a sense when I look at this today about fighting fire with fire. Oh dear. Which is a bit aggressive. The Metal King, I think, urges a bit of discipline, putting up a bit of armor, a bit of protection there, and maintaining boundaries if you're going in for this fiery endeavor. And the Well Watcher urges you to, as well as putting up boundaries, you know, being aware of other people's boundaries too, to use your wisdom. There's something like you know, this is a well that is closed with a gate. I don't suppose it shows up too well. And I'm getting a sense that this is about opening a door to something, unlocking a secret almost. I'm also aware of the Metal King's mask, and I'm thinking that either you or people around you are in putting up boundaries in a way of like masking their true feelings about something in order to protect themselves. So let's see what the tarot can reveal. What's on the cards for Scorpio? We seem to already have a lot of mystery and intrigue going on there. But let's see what's on the cards for Scorpio for June 2020. What's on the cards for Scorpio for June 2020? I will just use this fan method for the first 3 cards, and then we'll use the rest of the deck. See what's on the cards for Scorpio. Where you are now, the Magician. 9 of Swords. Yeah. And the Queen of Wands. Also fiery there. Right, so here you are. You've got the Magician, which is all about manifesting something. But let's just see what else we've got. In what's brought you here is the Star and the 7 of Swords. Your challenge is the Devil and the 4 of Wands. Your advice is the 4 of Coins and the 6 of Coins. Outcome 10 of Wands and the 9 of Cups. Bottom of the deck, the Wheel of Fortune. Yeah, so it seems that the Star indicates hope, and graceful hope at that. But you know, it also is a dream card. That they call it the dream card. It seems that you were chasing a dream. You had something to fulfill, a dream to fulfill. But there's been some degree of deceit, whether it's self-deceit, in as much as not seeing things clearly, or what you were chasing wasn't quite what it seemed. There's some degree of deception that's going on, but you've managed to pull it through anyway. The Magician is the great manifester, and I'm thinking with your optimism and discipline, you must have worked really hard to get it through this instability of the 7 of Swords. The Magician manifests. He has all the tools, all the knowledge, the expertise, and he draws down. Usually the Magician has one hand up and one hand pointing down to his altar, and he's manifesting from the divine. And it's, you know, I get a sense you drew this dream on. But the Swords energy is there. The 9 of Swords shows worry. It's the sleepless nights. You know, it's almost like this creeping in. There's a lot of concern. There's a lot of stress you're under regarding this. Yet at the same time, you're managing to keep the flame going, keep the passion going about it. In fact, you know, the Queen of Wands is pretty much the creation, the manifestation of passion and energy and drive. That's still very much alive, and you know, you've got the Magician here and the Queen of Wands there manifesting, but there's an underlining instability about this endeavour. And the thing about the 9 of Swords, you know, these worries often are in our own mind, and overthinking things can blow them out of proportion. So as we carry on the reading, we'll explore that a little further. But it seems that, you know, on the surface, it's brilliant, but underlining everything, you have a lot of anxiety. And that's where I, you know, sort of linking it up with the mask that the Metal King is wearing. You know, there's this hard exterior that everything's just fine, no worries, but underneath it, not quite that. And, you know, the Fire Princes here, the optimism and the aggression, just pushing it forward. So your challenge is the Devil and the Four of Wands. And to go first to the Four of Wands, you know, the challenge is to keep things stable. Four's about stability, and being a wand, it's about energy, creativity, drive, passion. So I think your challenge is to maintain this drive and this passion for this endeavour, for this journey you're on, for this project. It could be like, for some of you, maybe new work, it could be relationships, because this is a general spread. You know what that star that you hooked your wagon to is. So your challenge is to keep the light side of it, the joyful side, the vibrant side, and hold on to the passion and the optimism you have. And the Devil card talks of the instability you may be feeling, perhaps even, you know, for if there was any deceit, conscious deceit, it may be playing on your conscience now. But with what's going on around the world now, I'm thinking, you know, the Devil, perhaps for many of you, just simply implies the instability of the situation around you on a global, a worldly, a bigger aspect. And it's the restrictions that's put on you has affected this project, this endeavour, this dream, and made it feel very unstable. And that's your challenge, is to continue to feel optimistic regardless of that, and to feel stable regardless of this worry that is underlining your enjoyment of this endeavour and your ability to bring it through to fruition. Right, so yeah, you've got two coins here. This is all about value and the material side of this, of, you know, bringing it to actual realistic being, as opposed to an ethereal idea, a spark of interest, you know. The Four of Coins in this particular deck, their keywords for it is forgotten joy. So I think it's sort of implying, and when I look at it now, this is what I feel. It is really saying that, you know, the advice is not to forget the beauty and the grace and the lighter side of this, while you're actually trying to forge it through. Sometimes we can work really hard at a goal, and so hard in trying to keep everything balanced and moving, and it becomes our total focus, and we actually forget the joy. We forget why we're doing it. We're just doing it. It consumes us. That's what I'm getting today when I see the fours. of coins, and the Six of Coins also a need for balance. You know, just like temper the worry and anxiety that you may feel, and remember that changing your perspective, changing how you're looking at things, may relieve some of the worry. Sometimes you've got to step back and let things be. And there's also a degree of give and take that comes with the Six of Coins in the balance. You can't always be giving materially. Sometimes the giving has to be wisdom, and the giving has to be you know, like morals and wisdom. And it's right here in the line of the Seven of Swords, which is about a deviation from morals. And in this spread today, I'm thinking it's particularly saying that receiving, not only giving, because the Six is about a balance of give and take, giving and receiving, but receiving wisdom, and that will unlock the clue to dispersing the anxiety that's spoiling, that's, you know, like spoiling the whole joy of what your goal is, the joy of what you're working towards. Outcomes, well, it's going to be here. It's going to be a long haul and a heavy load, and you'll just about manage to balance it all and bring it to fruition. But it's going to require skill, balance, and perseverance. But you've certainly got everything it takes. You've got it all. The magician's here. You have the skills, you have the resources, you have the willpower, the ability, the drive to just manifest this and move it along, no matter how tricky it can be. You can manage it. You know, even the Queen of Wands she's smart, she's intuitive, she is playful, but yeah, and keeping things light, because it's going to be a bit of a heavy load. But at the end, oh, Scorpio, at the end, the Wheel of Fortunes is like this. It's the turning of the wheel, change of fortune, luck will be on your side. And the Nine of Cups, just joy. And that's the sort of joy that you get when you have done a job well. This is like a job well done. He's achieved this. He didn't just drop out from the sky. He made it. He made it. He worked through a lot of difficulties and anxieties, and he plodded on, and he got there. So that's your outcome. That's very positive, Scorpio. Nine of Cups, the happy card, the joy card. He's worked, you know, you can imagine he's a potter, and he's made all those lovely vessels, and he's just chuffed. So Scorpio, that was your reading for June. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you heard all the thumping and bumping and blowing of noses, my apologies. You know, I don't live alone, so I hope you enjoyed your reading, Scorpio, and God bless you till we meet again.